Hello everyone, we're back home with the Celeriac that I bought yesterday, and I'm going to cut into this little big, I should say, beast. It really is not an attractive looking vegetable, but it's a native of Italy, I found out, and it goes by different names: celeriac, celery root, knob celery, or turnip rooted celery. And don't get it confused with regular celery. It does have, sometimes you can find it apparently maybe at farmers markets in the summer with the green tops on, which look very celery like and have somewhat of a celery flavor because it is related to celery, but apparently it's much tougher greens and you have to handle those differently. Today we're worried about this root. I want to see about eating this because it's a very good option. It's a vegetable that's very low in calories. It is really good for your bones, your brain, and your blood pressure. And that's because it has lots of minerals and vitamins, B vitamins, C and K. I'm sure it's full of a lot of fiber as well, because we're talking about a root vegetable. And it's very good for cancer protection and lots of antioxidants, which of course would be why the cancer protection. So here goes. You know, it's so knobby and full of twisted up hunks of roots and stuff at this end, you cannot peel it. So, but you want that peeling off. So I'm going to attempt to cut it. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to just start. You know, it was kind of expensive. I paid $5.50 or so for this guy. So I'm going to try not to cut into the flesh too much and just get that outer coating off. Notice I'm starting with the friendlier end, not the end that is so knobby. Okay, I feel like I have a handle on this now. So it's not actually as tough as I thought it would be. It's peeling pretty easily. So let's see here. Starting to get into the more gnarly end here. I would like to cut it off, but I'd also like to not lose a lot. I'm going to grab the compost bin here and get rid of some of this so there's room. All right. Let's see now. I'm going to just cut down. Okay. Pieces falling off. Oh, actual dirt. Of course, because how could you clean all of that dirt from in between all of those places? So I'm sure you're going to want to be careful to get all that cut off so you don't end up possibly ingesting some microbes that you weren't planning on adding, which necessarily wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to really take any chances with picking up something I don't want to invite in. There we go. Get those parts that are really deep. Okay. There. Almost done. I'm itching to taste this because you're supposed to be able to eat it raw or cooked. And I have some salad sitting here that I would definitely like to add a little bit of this too, if it's tasty. There. Let's see, I think I got it all. Let's get rid of the rest of this waste, which of course, if you have a compost pile, is not waste at all. It's a really great way to get every penny out of your food dollar. Just gonna take this knife and scrape off the dirt. It's actual, looks like mud. And then, because it is dirty, I'm going to turn this board. There's a clean side. I'm going to rinse off the celeriac. Very quick rinse. I hope I hope you were able to hear me. Now, I'm sure there's no actual mud on the vegetable, the board, or the knife. And I'm going to just take a piece. Oh, wow. You can definitely tell it's a relative of celery. I would say it tastes very much of celery. It's interesting because you don't expect a celery flavor in this type of, this type of format. Okay, so I am going to put some in my salad, and I'm also going to slice these up. Let's see, trying not to take a finger off, into some big hunks like this. You're supposed to also be able to do nifty things like grate it and put it in with an egg and a little bit of flour, maybe some kind of flour. I wouldn't use wheat flour personally, but put it into a pan and fry it up in some little patties, which vegetable fritters like that are always yummy. I'll have to try that one day for you. Maybe with something like this, or even carrots would work. But today I'm going to do a little bit raw. I'm noticing that there's a little damage from a tunneling insect. Insect damage actually doesn't make me very unhappy. It kind of tells me we haven't gone overboard with insecticides where this was grown. So I just cut off the damage. That's not a big deal. Compost loves it. And there's probably a little less used on this crop of those chemicals, so yay. Okay, I'm going to take these thin slices here and save those for my salad. The rest of this I'm throwing into a bowl. And then the insect damage pieces go in the compost. Actually, these aren't that bad. I'm going to give them to the chickens at my dad's house. Okay, so I've got it all in here, kind of big hunky pieces. I'm going to put some olive oil on and a nice big pinch of salt. Things crisping up in the oven benefit from some salt on the outside. It draws the moisture out. So if you're doing potatoes work like this, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, beets are lovely like this, carrots, root vegetables of any kind go really well in the oven with just a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt. And then what I like to do is put them on my roasting pan. I just dump them out, get the oven to about 375 to 400, depending on how crispy I want them. So we'll see how these turn out. This is supposed to be a way to cook them where they're a substitute for French fries. So I'm eager to try that. So that's celeriac. Very interesting. We'll see how these turn out, and I'll have to make a decision as to whether I'll try this vegetable again. It is a little on the pricey side, like I said. But it's fun to try something new, and it's a great way to get kids interested. Look, none of us have tasted this before. Let's see what we think. What rating do you give it? 1 to 10? Should we buy it again? You know, get them involved in decision making and let them know trying something new food-wise is a good thing. It's variety for your body and your palate and the texture. Like I said, this tastes like celery. If you like celery, you'll probably like this. But the texture is different than you would expect than celery is. So, you know, it's kind of an interesting alternative. All right, Have a good day, everyone.